Hey everybody, welcome to our 13th session of the Baali Chronicles. 13. That's about 7 months since we skipped one. Not bad,
Very
I don't
lucky
think.
number too. We're on lucky number 13, so I feel like it's
And,
gonna be a good night. Something good's gonna happen.
and yet
Agreed.
again, on this lucky 13 night, no Lamont. So that bodes really, really, really well, I think. So we'll see how that shit goes. All right, so a couple things to pick up with after our last game. Last session we ended where you guys were in Elysium talking to Jason Newberry, and you guys had just got through framing the sheriff for Balthazar's disappearance. You managed to hear some conversations on Elysium that mentioned Baali, primarily between Yesenia and Royston. On top of that, you had a brief talk with Nathaniel Bordruff, who brought up the fact that he gave you guys these names and their address and asked if you'd looked into it yet. Y'all had not. And he let you know also, since you're friends and all, that Crook, the other Nosferatu, has been trying to sell blackmail or dirt on you guys, that you had murdered like 12 to 15 people at your house. Of course, they got laughed off and played off, and he didn't really give a shit, and he went his merry way, and then we ended game. What we're going to do is pick up a couple weeks after that Elysium trip. A couple things have occurred in that time. First, that's notable, even though you heard the word Baali mentioned to Yesenia from Royston on Elysium, that's as far as it went. There's no whispers in the shadows. There's no rumors going around about anything regarding the Baali clan. It's quiet. Nothing's going on. Second off, there's been a massive switch up in the power structure of Chicago on at least you guys' level. Damien's no longer sheriff. There was a series of incidents in the week or so that followed you guys not blackmailing, you guys framing Damien with Balthazar's hand in his car. It involved a bunch of the anarchs, and it became open hostilities. And what happened is, word on the street anyways says, Damien got put in torpor by McTavish and Genghis and a couple other anarchs. That created a huge problem. Now, where you would normally get your information from Royston through the Toreador clan, Royston's been missing for like the past week or so. Nobody's heard from him, nobody's talked to him. He's just been gone. So it's literally been you guys going to Elysium occasionally here and there and catching whispers from the corners as people are talking about things. Apparently there was a really tense meeting between all the Primogen and Prince Jackson. In that meeting, Damien was removed as sheriff, and in his place, Sierra was put up.
Okay.
That's caused a huge problem, and it's obvious that Annabelle is not happy with this setup. She did not want this to go down, but whispers have it that Critias is the one who put her up for it.
Ooh, okay.
Additionally, since then, the prince has declared formally that there is a scourge in the city once more. There will be scourge duties. There will be people patrolling the city looking for unknown kindred. Also, at this point, the only place anarchs are allowed in the city is Elysium, because it's open to everybody. Anarchs are not allowed to stay anywhere within the city of Chicago proper or its outlying municipalities. So like Evanston, etc. They're not allowed there. It's one step away from open war with the anarchs right now. It's getting really bad. On top of all this, you have the rumors of hunter activity kicking up. It's been more and more difficult to feed as time has gone in the last 2 weeks. Essentially, as you guys go out and go to top yourself off or grab a bite for the night, you occasionally see people watching the usual clubs, like along the strip of the Rack, other places that are popular for vampires. There are people that you don't recognize that are acting a little strange watching the place, let's put it that way. So that's definitely something that you guys have been alerted to. The prince has asked that anybody who sees any kindred that they don't know to alert the new sheriff or inform that they should meet the prince. Whatever happened in the last couple of weeks has really made it to where unknown Canaanites are not really welcome in Chicago. But there is also rumor of a couple of more La Sombra that have showed up that has yet to be substantiated.
Right.
And that's kind of what you guys have been hurrying through the grapevine over the last 2 weeks. Now, is there anything you guys would want to have done in the meantime, like downtime stuff in those 2 weeks to kind of like get any intel or pad your wallets, things of that nature?
Well, one, I was going to finish learning Spanish, which I spent my XP on last time, but that was what was taking place at that point.
Okay.
And I will also be doing whatever little bit of side work for like research and whatnot for the university, since I'm an employee of the university technically,
Okay.
as far as archaeology goes. So, just whatever pocket change I can come across, basically.
Yeah, you'll pretty much maintain your resources level by going out and doing kind of like that day job for your mask. Anything for Preston?
Yeah, aside from continuing to cultivate my new touchstone relationship, I also will be as present as I can in like court or any other kindred gatherings, because I want to put out, hearing the B word is kind of freaky, so I want to put out normal. Like, I'm just a normal Camarilla member. I'm involved in things. I show up to court like a good little toreador. I'm gossipy with my clan. I'm seen at artsy type things, performance art places, and plays, operas, whatever I can be. I'm really going to be playing that up.
Pulling the nothing to see here, all normal.
Pay no attention to the Baali behind the curtain.
With that amount of attention and going to court, which you'll eventually pick up and gossip within your clan, primarily from Brett and a couple of the others that kind of drop things. When Damien got put in torpor, he got brought back by Alexis and Sierra after an anarch attack, essentially. They assaulted his haven and fucked him up. Critias came and picked him up, brought him out of torpor, and then demanded a meeting of the Primogen Council. Like, it was not a, hey guys, we should meet. No, he's like, we're meeting now. And if you don't meet with me, we're all going to pay the consequences. So Critias pulled fucking rank and got everybody together, and they sat and talked with Jackson. And Critias said that Jackson had been mismanaging the city and caused his child to be put in torpor by his incompetence. This was a huge issue in the Primogen Council. So at that point, Critias withdrew Damien as sheriff. And when Jackson moved to challenge him, Critias just stared at him. So at that point, Annabelle tried to put up Alexis, the Hound, as sheriff. Critias said no, and basically, paraphrase obviously, if you love the Lasombra so much, make one your fucking sheriff. And that kind of took off with the rest of the Primogen Council. And that's how she became sheriff. It was more of a, she's an expendable one, so fuck her. You're not having my child from Critias situation. And Jackson took it because it's really the only thing he could do. So that's some of the chatter you're getting around Elysium. You will get another tidbit, though, because the Caitiff are starting to be less and less apparent on Elysium. And the Thin Bloods have almost stopped showing up altogether in the last 2 weeks.
Right, because with Jackson as Prince, he's allowed some of the Thin Bloods to own like property, right? Like some of them like run clubs and shit.
Yes. So you got the House of Mama Wald. You have Red Number 5. But here's the issue. Francois Marmalade, who runs that house, is a open Bahari. Proclaims, worship of Lilith and things like that. It's just like kind of like the blood disco gets into a little bit. But because of the Bahari shit that went down and Jackson stripping all their domain, Francois lost his domain over his club. Ooh. After that went down, in the last 2 weeks, people behind the scenes have had the city shut it down. He's effectively been put out of business.
Right,
at this point,
fucking him.
Yeah, they're fucking them hard. At this point, it's a situation of the Thin Bloods are starting to stick together, and literally no non-Thin Bloods, for the most part, are allowed at Red Number 5, unless they pull rank and force themselves in. It's just a Thin Blood caitiff place at this point in time. Now, for Preston,
get in on that.
Francois wasn't really a big member of the Bahari. He was loud and out about being Bahari, but he wasn't really like at a lot of the gatherings. Didn't really do a lot of work at the garden. And so what the general idea or sentiment from the Bahari was that he was just kind of a wannabe. He wouldn't really come in and participate because he had all the stuff going with the club and the blood disco, all that shit. It was keeping him away from really getting to a lot of services, which may have actually saved his life when you think about it, because he wasn't at, the house when you guys firebombed it, essentially. So he wasn't there. He wasn't really with the cultivar, so he's kind of a Bahari, but he's not. So now the Thin Bloods and Caitiff are kind of pulling it to their own, off to the side.
It's fine. He can do his thing. As long as he's not heretical with anything or extreme or crazy, it's fine to have something like that out there. It's like, sure, that's what a Bahari is. That's what you want to think. Yep, that dude is.
It seems like that's kind of the deal right now. Like he's not really pulling a lot of attention to himself, and with his club getting shut down, it's kind of, pull back into a corner and lick his wounds situation right now. And him and the other Thin Bloods are kind of pooling the resources, it seems. What that's going to end up with, nobody knows. But nobody seems concerned. Like, the fact that Red Number 5 has kind of closed its doors to everyday kindred, nobody gives a shit. It's a Thin Blood place. Why should we be concerned? They want to be the Succubus Club.
It's just another property that can be taken over by another active kindred in the city. It's not.
Right.
Unless there's an Elysium tonight, I think our first step should be to hold up our end of the friendship with Nathaniel and go check that property and look for some of these people so we can bring him back some info so we can keep that relationship going wherever it may go.
Yep.
Also, the better relationship we have with Nathaniel, the better we can stave off fucking the other Nosferatu that's trying to shit on us.
Crook.
Yeah,
that fucker. Yeah, whatever keeps the Nosferatu away from me.
Exactly.
So, since it has been a little difficult feeding wise, I'm gonna give you guys go ahead and roll a rouse.
Okay.
Somebody was talking about how this mechanic really slows things down recently.
It does. It does. But like I said, this is important.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I'm good.
Wow. All right. So to kick off the night is you guys both wake up. It's April 30th. It's the very end of April. It's starting to get a little warmer outside, and you guys wake up for the evening after the sun sets. You feel fine. You're still at just a hunger 1, so we'll go ahead and mark you guys at that. You don't feel any more hungry when you wake up than normal. Lamont's out seeing some things to maintain his mask, per usual sometimes when he's out doing a tattoo thing and touring around the city, shit like that. So he's off doing other stuff. You guys get up, go through your normal routine, clean yourselves, get changed for the evening. You don't notice anything odd around the house. It's quiet again. There's not a lot of rats or insects crawling around that you can hear skittering behind the walls. So that's kind of toned itself down in the last couple of weeks. What do you guys want to do?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure there's no fucking cat in the house.
No cat in the house.
Good. Other than that, I think I'll approach Preston and be like, so I think it's time we go look into that address that Nathaniel gave us and see what we can dig up about his friend. We know what happened to her, but we need to let that happen organically. We need to get him info so he figures his own shit out.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely could. I just think it's going to be a matter of figuring out what story we want to tell.
Yeah, we manipulate it and twist it like we always have, but we need to figure out what the truth is so we know what to twist.
Yep, I agree.
So that's where we're going to end up having to go. So whenever you're ready, man.
All right. I'll get changed and everything, and then be ready to go pretty much right away. I don't think I have anything else to do before that. So
yeah, okay. Same here.
Cool. You guys head out to the SUV. Hop in the SUV, it kicks right over. The address, as you look it up, is for this South Side funeral home called Rawson Family.
Okay.
So, best way for you guys to get there probably is going to be hit the expressway from where you're at, and then just take that south, hop off, and make your way towards the funeral home. The whole
now,
trip.
Is it still in the city somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Getting down to the south side takes you guys probably about an hour. Like I said, you take the expressway, hop off. The neighborhood itself is kind of what you expect to see. You have some maybe older houses that are boarded up a bit. A lot of the convenience stores have like the bars or those sliding gates for like the doors that lock up at night. A lot of older model cars. The neighborhood itself, as you guys get into the area, doesn't quite feel as safe as where you guys are at from a mortal perspective. This is obviously a place where it'd probably be easy to feed or make people go missing, or both. But as you guys are pulling down the street, avoiding the potholes here and there as you go, you see the funeral home. It's a one-story building, kind of flat but long, and goes back a bit deeper. Got a large parking lot that kind of shapes a U around the back of it. And there's a small sign on the grass out front that says Ross Family Funeral Home. Now, you can see as you drive by, there are 3 cars in the parking lot towards the back already. The building itself, the lights are on, but they're down low. It would be closed for business at this time of night. There wouldn't be anybody kind of arriving unless it was something from like a morgue or, somebody bringing something after hours to the place.
That's all right. So what we'll do is we'll probably park a ways away, a block or so, enough to, be able to walk up and not have our vehicle right there, like, oh, someone's clearly here type of.
Fair enough. You guys find a place.
Sneak up.
Okay. You guys find a place not that far, down the block, far enough away to be casual, really.
Right.
You guys start heading down the sidewalk. You're walking down the street. It's probably, I'd say, mid to high 40s out. So like a light jacket would probably be something you guys would have thrown on for the evening. Does anyone want to use the blush of health or the blush of life? Now, mind you, at this
it's not
temperature,
cold enough where we're spitting.
No, you're not having steam breath at this temperature.
If we get to a point where we're going to be interacting with mortals or something, then I'll do that. But if we're just walking up now, not yet.
Okay.
Right.
As you guys start walking past some of the houses and the small businesses on the way down the street, you come upon the parking lot entrance for that U shape. You see the building in front of you, but you can hear sound of voices kind of bouncing off the walls. It's the walls, like the fence around the parking lot. It seems like there's a heated conversation going on in that back lot.
I'll remain a good distance away, and I'll try and use heightened senses to pick up what's being said.
I'll be like, I'll be back. I'm gonna go unseen and make my way back there.
So Sullivan ducks behind like a tree and cuts himself off in the world, goes unseen. And Preston's kind of just edging over, activating his heightened senses, sharpening all of his senses. As things come into focus for Preston, all those details just kind of rush out at you. All the individual blades of grass on the lawn that's starting to try to come to life, but it's probably going to be killed by another frost because it's Chicago and that shit happens all the time. You get the smell of the car exhaust as cars go by you. A bit of that weird tire tread on asphalt sound as a tire hits a pothole down the street. But you start focusing your attention towards that back and where the sound's bouncing off the fences. And what it sounds like to you, which you're able to pick up above the din of everything else going on in the city, is there's an older gentleman talking to somebody whose voice, I would probably place him in his mid-20s. And the older gentleman's saying, effectively along the lines of, you should have let me know this was an unexpected delivery. The younger man's going, well, I have it downstairs right now. We just need to make sure it's processed. As you're hearing that, Sullivan's creeping towards the back, and what you see is a older gentleman wearing like these bifocal glasses. He's got gray hair, but he's wearing a hat, like not a fedora, but like a Tribbley. He's wearing his Tribbley hat. He's got this long coat with the collar up. He's pulling off this very like 1970s, I want to be unnoticed, pop a collar and wear a trench coat and act like, you belong there, like a man in black. He's talking to this guy. Looks to be a guy, Caucasian dude, probably mid to late 20s at most. And it looks like the two are arguing a bit, but what you will notice is as they're arguing, they're taking in breath, but it's just so they can talk.
That's what the next thing I was going to ask.
Yeah, they're giving off some subtle signs that you can recognize as a fellow predator, that they're not quite alive.
Okay.
They're
what
arguing.
I'm going to do is I'll take out my phone and I'll just go to the voice recording and I'll just hit record and I'll start recording their conversation. I will stand back behind the wall itself, so I'm not actually seen, even if they look over to look for someone.
I need you to roll me a wits and composure. We're going to say difficulties of 2. So let's see what you get here. You can do this, man. I have faith in you.
I got 2.
All right. Awesome. So you can recognize the guy in that collar as he kind of looks around here and there, because you can tell he doesn't, it's not like he knows you're there, but he's just occasionally looking to the sides to see if anybody's walking around back here.
Sure.
You've seen him on Elysium before. Can't quite place him. Never really saw him too much, and it wasn't like a long interaction or anything like that. Like, you may have saw him in passing, but he's definitely been on Elysium. The younger guy, maybe, but you're not quite sure. Also, what you notice is in a small sedan, like probably a Ford Taurus, parked facing these two as they're arguing, is a younger blonde woman, probably 19, 20 years old. She's typing on her phone. You can see the reflection of the light from her screen on her face as these two are just arguing. She, however, does look human. You can see her kind of looking up at them. She sighs and just shakes her head and starts tapping on her phone again.
She has those the living ticks where the dead don't need to do certain things. I got you.
Yeah. Now, what you're able to record of this conversation is the older gentleman is being called Howitt. The younger guy's like, listen, Mr. Howitt, seriously, like, Doc, I got this covered. We got a shipment in a little bit early. I just think we need to process it and get it out on the streets. The older gentleman's saying we are on a very strict schedule for these things because when we go outside the schedule, mistakes get made. I don't appreciate mistakes getting made, much like I don't appreciate the mistake that your people made in River North a while back. The younger guy goes, well, listen, that wasn't... Wait, River North? We were in Roscoe Village. The old man just says, I don't care where it was. You know what I'm talking about. We had issues there. Werewolves killed everybody. We're not having a replay of that. Do you understand? The young guy goes, sure, but we have product we can move right now. She's literally downstairs in the morgue. The elder man goes, I don't care. I'm not doing this. I came here to tell you we're done doing this off-schedule stuff. I'm not going to risk it. The Foundation can't risk it. I'm done doing it. You will stick to our schedule, otherwise you'll be cut off. Are we understood? The younger guy goes, you got to be fucking... Listen, no offense. You're my sire and all, but this is bullshit. We have a rare opportunity right now to really expand with all the shit going on in the city. The old man shakes his head. No, we don't. We're done having this conversation. He just nods at the guy and starts walking towards a black sedan that's parked a little bit farther away in the parking lot. The other vehicle back here is a small, looks like a van for the morgue.
Okay.
As the older man starts walking towards his black sedan, the younger guy just kind of fucking sighs and starts walking towards the car with the blonde in it. He gets to the car, knocks on the window. She rolls it down. You hear just kind of hum as it opens. He looks inside. He's like, listen, I need you to go tell everybody that apparently Dad doesn't want to do this right now, so we'll have to wait a little bit. But I'll put this one on ice. We'll make sure it's all taken care of here. She just kind of looks at him and goes, sure. I mean, who am I, really? You know, I just run everything data-wise. I'll just fucking send out a tweet. And she starts rolling the window up. He's like, you know, fuck you. Just go do your shit. I'm going to... Windows up, and the car starts pulling away. He just looks at her like, what the fuck? And starts walking towards the back of the funeral home.
I will make my way back towards where I left Preston.
Okay. Preston caught the majority of that. You may have been a bit muffled when he was talking to the blonde, but you got everything between sire and child.
Okay.
Sullivan makes his way back. Do you just kind of like meld back into existence?
Yeah, I'll just kind of be like, so I got most of that conversation on recording. Clearly they have a vampire down there. I don't know which vampire is the problem.
Why are you recording conversations?
Why? Because I know it's against the masquerade, but we need proof. And I'll delete it. I'll delete it as soon as we get information to Nathaniel, because we can call him here. Clearly they have someone. We have him red-handed right now.
No, I know, but I mean, like, it's not just like a masquerade thing or a Camarilla thing. It's like a Second Inquisition thing.
Right, but this is on my phone though. Like, it's unless they're tapping my phone, and then that sucks to be them. And I'll point over to the funeral home because that's where we're at. Win-win.
You guys will
I'll
see
delete
that
it. I promise.
Ford Taurus will kind of like the tires will bump as it hits the main road and starts just pulling away.
So
what do you call Nathaniel?
What do you think they got down there? I mean, it's body. It's some kind of a body trade thing. Are they? Is it? You think it's like parts or blood or drug? What do you think it is?
I think they have a torpid vampire. Because remember, that's what they were trying to do to me. They had people in vats. Like they're like party favors. I don't know if they're using it for diablerie or just for like, I don't know. I'm assuming it's for diablerie. The fucked up part is they have like an entire group of hunters basically that are doing their dirty work for them. I wonder if those people even know that we're working for vampires.
I wonder who the hell they got down there.
I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody missing recently. So, do you want to call Nathaniel?
Probably. I mean, the agreement was just that we check it out, right? Not that we actually do anything or get involved. He just wanted info.
Exactly. That doesn't mean we can't help him if he doesn't request, but we're not going to go in and do this for free. That's for damn sure.
Did you catch anybody's name?
Yes. What was his name? Woodruff or Woodrow? Or...
Howitt.
Howitt. That's right. Doc Howitt is what he called him. Yep. But I didn't catch the younger individual's name or the girl that he was talking to. But the girl is that he was talking to in the car. I think she's probably his ghoul. Something along those lines.
Do you know anything about have you ever heard of this foundation? They refer to themselves as the Foundation.
No, I think whatever the Foundation is, whatever their group is, I assume, because they're operating under a legal business, obviously, whether it's, you know, some sort of underground thing or something like this could be like tied throughout the United States or the world. Like, who knows? It's a hunter organization, or at least they're involved in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. This conspiracy could go everywhere, man. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I know right now. That's all.
All right. Well,
but I can tell you from what I noticed when I was peeking around the corner, the old man is definitely on his guard. I didn't walk around and like stand out in the open to listen. I stayed behind a corner because that guy was looking around regularly. He was looking for shit.
He's still here, right? It was the tourist with the girl and the younger dude that drove off, right?
No, he left. The girl left. The younger guy walked back in.
Oh, the younger guy walked back in.
Yeah, as you guys are speaking, you actually hear another engine turn over in that back parking lot, and then a black sedan will just drive out. Windows are tinted to shit, but you do get a really quick glimpse through the front. You'll see this elder gentleman wearing, you know, the bifocals. He's pulled the collar down now. He seems a bit more relaxed. Like, as he starts getting closer to the road, he's clearly trying to no longer be on guard, but act casual, drive casual. And as you see him, he's an older Caucasian gentleman. He's balding at the top of his head, so he's got this white wispy hair along the sides that goes just rims around the dome of his head. He's got it's a beard, but it's like more of a goatee. No mustache, no side beard. It's just like underneath his chin. It's this white wispy beard that comes down maybe like 2 or so inches.
So how do you want to play this, big guy? I mean, this is also grounds to call the sheriff, too. Clearly, they have somebody in Torpor. They haven't killed them yet, so technically they haven't breached anything. But depending on who they have in Torpor, it could be a very big no-no.
I think if we just give this to Bordruff, it ingratiates us a little bit with him, and it gives him the opportunity to do with it what he wants. Now we know that they have a woman down there. We don't know who the woman is. Bordruff is looking for a woman, so if we tell him that there's a woman down there, it's going to pique his interest, and he's probably going to be pretty motivated to find out what the hell. Now, he may ask us to go down there ourselves, so we got to be ready for that.
At that point, we would have to at least ask for backup, you know? I mean...
Well, we'd have to ask for it to be worth our while at that point.
True. But I think depending on who might be down there and how important that person is to him, he may come himself as well. I'm not saying we have to abandon him to this, but if he asks for help, we'll be here to help, but we're not doing his dirty work for him either.
All right. Let's head back to the car and make the call. I don't want to make a call out in the open.
Okay. You guys make your way back to the SUV. You hop in. Everything seems as you left it.
I think I remember he gave us a number, didn't he? Didn't Borderick give us a...
Yeah, he did. I thought.
I thought he did.
It was not the last time we met when he told us about Crook. It was in not the alley, but was it the underground parking
in the
area?
Sewers? You guys were coming out.
When we told him about what happened, he's like, "Oh, okay," and I believe he gave us a number.
Sure, you guys have a way to contact him. We're just gonna shoot.
Okay.
Fiat. So you give Nathaniel a call.
I'll give Nathaniel a call.
You'll get a couple rings in, and you'll hear it pick up with his gruff voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for Nathaniel.
Who the fuck is this?
Well, my name is Preston. I'm a real good, close personal friend of Nathaniel.
Yeah. And you'll hear kind of like a little bit of that, the adjustment to his voice, the modulation he did kind of drops away. He talks more relaxed. Like, all right, what's going on? What do you need?
Well, we talked before, and you asked us to go and see about that thing in that place you told us about, and we've done
Yes.
so. And we've got some pretty good information that, I don't know, cell phone connections being what they are, kind of being unreliable. Maybe we'd rather meet in person so that we can, get interrupted.
Sure. Where are you?
We are on the south side at this and that cross street.
Do you want to meet down there or you want to meet somewhere else?
Probably down here. You may want to stay in the area once we tell you what we're going to tell you.
Okay. Well, I can make it there in like an hour.
Yeah, we could do some sightseeing for an hour and wait for you.
Okay. I'll text you when I'm in the area.
Sounds good.
And he'll hang up. You guys have an hour. Now, it's still probably like around 8 o'clock at night. You guys got down here pretty quickly. So by the time you'll get here, it'll be like 9 o'clock. There are a couple of small diners, small little restaurants here and there, like, inside like a strip mall type setup. We could hang out there. You guys can just kind of wander around. As far as you're aware, this isn't anybody's territory. Like, there's no domain here where you're at.
Yeah, we'll fuck off for like a half hour and just chill like outside or whatever. I don't think it's bad enough to where it would be weird to just be kind of hanging outside. We got coats on and everything, but I do want to make one more walk past the place just to see if the situation has changed, if more people have shown up, if less people are there, if there's been any other activity in the period of time since those people left.
Sure. So a quick cruise back by the funeral home, and it seems like there's a little more activity inside the funeral home itself. No additional vehicles out back. The lights, though, are on, and you'll occasionally see somebody walk past like drapes that are in the windows to block off. You see like a silhouette pass by the window every now and again. Just see somebody casually around inside doing whatever. Then you'll hear like a vacuum.
Okay, so normal level of activity going on there.
Yeah,
Cool.
Seems that way.
Yeah, so we'll kind of chill in the area till Nathaniel shows up, or at least sends us a text so we can go meet him.
Yeah, he'll eventually text you roughly about 55 or so minutes after he got off the phone with you.
But I want you to know, this game is weird because not only do we text Nathaniel like, hey, buddy, we got some shit for you, but we talk to Sud all the fucking time. No other game does that happen.
That's what happens when you play the bad guys. You talk to the cool people.
That's right. The people worth talking to.
Nathaniel texted you about 55 or so minutes after he got phone with you. It's like, hey, I'm at this diner down the street. Little shithole in the wall. I'll be in the back booth.
All right, I'll text back. We'll be right there. And then we'll head right there.
Yep.
You guys head down there. He's like maybe 2 blocks away. You make it to this little diner. It's like the corner of a building. It's got like one of those old like signs from probably the 70s with all those like actual light bulbs that line up the sides. Maybe 3/4 of them are out, so they occasionally flicker on and off. It's John's Diner. It got that little arrow kind of pointing towards the door, and like none of the lights down by where the arrow is actually pointing are actually on, so you're just getting the street lights shining on it.
Nice.
You guys push through this like all glass door, and you hear the ding ding as the bell on the inside rings. Along the left wall, there's this grill that runs. There's one cook, a rather portly guy, just kind of working. He just kind of, when you guys walk in, waves the spatula like, hey, how's it going? Somebody will get to you in a minute. No waitresses, it's just the guy working the grill. There are maybe 3 people sitting at the counter having coffee or whatnot. You'll see one guy looks back at you, got to be maybe in his 50s or so, older gentleman. And as he looks back to his coffee, he pours some whiskey out of a flask into it. In the back booth along the like these long windows, glass windows that line the other wall, you'll see a man wearing a brown trench coat, a brown fedora, smoking a cigarette. Indoors, even though you're not supposed to. But that doesn't seem to bother somebody like Nathaniel.
Nice.
Just a gaunt-looking guy sitting in the back booth. When he sees you, he just kind of lifts a cigarette and takes a drag.
All right, I'll head over
That's where we'll
and
go.
slide into the booth across from him.
You guys slide into this like really crappy red vinyl booth. You hear that just kind of grind against your jeans as you kind of slip into the seat. The table itself is like one of those weird like, it's obviously like a particle board, but it's got that faux marble covering and that metal rim around it. This is like an old school like bullshit dive diner, and it seems like Borge was just soaking it up. He ashes in this like little aluminum like ashtray that you don't even know if was here before he was or he brought it with him. But he ashes in the ashtray. He's like, "So what'd you find?"
So the place appears to be run by something called the Foundation by a Dr. Howitt and his chilled.
Howitt.
Howitt.
Yeah,
How-
but we've seen him on Elysium before.
Yeah, he's a Tremere.
Yeah.
James Howitt.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of operation they have going on, but they were arguing over some off-cycle arrangements and not being interested in doing that anymore because of the incident that happened at the other place where everybody got ripped apart.
Which was, yeah.
Yeah, but we
The
do
place where we
know
were.
that right now in the morgue in that place, they have a female and just on ice. And I don't know what they're planning on doing with it or when. I have a feeling that she was the main subject of the argument. It seemed like the kid wanted to move her now since they had her, and the old man, this Dr. Howitt, was urging to slow things down and urging for caution. We weren't able to get any other names or who the woman is, but we do know there is a woman down there.
Well, I didn't know that Howard had permission to embrace if he has a kid. So that might be something he's against him. Did you get the name of the kid?
No.
No, we didn't get his name, but he did not look familiar. I have not seen him at any of the gatherings.
They also had could have been.
He's the one that's still at the mortuary, by the way.
Yeah, he's there now still. Could have been a ghoul or could have been Mortal Contact or somebody, but they have some woman, some blonde, who was in the parking lot too. I'll give a brief.
The way the chilled was interacting with her, it's probably a retainer of some sort.
All right.
Maybe a ghoul, maybe family member. I don't know.
Well, appreciate the intel you guys got. I didn't go near it myself because I haven't just fucking had time, to be honest. You'll take another drag off cigarette and ash it in the ashtray before kind of crunching it out. All right. Well, I'm gonna go take a look. So they said it was a woman down there.
Yep.
All right. On the off chance that's mercy, somebody's about to have a really bad fucking day. So, you guys.
You want some backup?
I don't think you want to be around here.
Fair.
You don't strike me as the fisticuffs kind of guys. And if I remember correctly,
not even a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm going to go look into it my own way. Y'all skedaddle while you can. Yeah?
Sounds good.
No problem.
I appreciate you guys doing me a solid. I won't forget it. And he'll kind of put his hands down on the table and push himself out of the booth. He stands up, adjusts his hat, gives you both a nod, and starts walking towards the door.
Cool. I will immediately delete the message because clearly I didn't need it. And yeah, you ready?
Yeah, after a couple of minutes, we'll get up and leave.
You guys will hear the bell ring as he steps out, and you'll see him walk by the window of the diner in the front. You guys take a look back. You can almost have felt his rage through the glass as he kind of made his way towards the street, and heading the direction of the funeral home. Once he's gone, you guys give it a second or so. Everything seems calm here. You'll see that the guy who's working the grill is kind of using this greasy rag to wipe his hands off as he walks towards the counter towards you guys. Can I get you two something?
I think we're good. Thank you.
Hey, do me a favor, yeah? That guy your friend?
Acquaintance.
Tell him not to fucking smoke in here. I would have asked him, but that dude, scary as fuck, all right? I'm not going to deal with them. I don't want trouble. Just ask him if he comes back not to smoke here, yeah?
Not a problem.
No problem.
Hey,
You have
thanks,
a good
guys.
night. I'll slide a 10 onto the table and just leave it.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. And he'll pick up the spatula again and just kind of nod it towards you before she gets back to the grill.
Yeah,
too.
we'll fuck off.
You guys head out, back into the city. What's next?
All right, brother. Where you want to go? The night is ours. Where are we taking it?
Well, what else?
Some of the stuff we need to handle, we can't. Like, we just don't have the ability to deal with Narissa or any of that shit at the moment. But I think her moves are a little crippled at the moment with what we did before. So I think that might buy us some time. What else do you have on the agenda? Anything in particular?
Can always go rated Tremere Chantry. You know where one is. The backup.
We could definitely use the thaumaturgy. That's for damn sure. And all we got to do is leave a message at the drop-off point that we want access, and we could technically get it. We just got to hope nobody's fucking home.
That's true.
Um,
I should probably look at my notes as well.
I'd really like to know what the hell happened to Royston. Right? It was Royston that
Yeah,
was missing?
we
Yeah.
probably could look
Royston-
into that.
Royston has gone missing, yes.
And he was talking to we last saw him talking to who on Elysium?
Yesenia.
Yesenia.
Yeah, he was last discussing stuff with her and confirmed the Baali thing with her.
We still
Well-
don't know. I don't think we know what's going on with the American Indigenous Center. We
No, you
passed it
don't.
off to that Gangrel, but we never heard shit back. You could always give her a call.
Oh, that's right, because
Rosa?
Yeah, because those people went missing, and we never heard hide nor hair of what was going on with that. What are you thinking?
I would like to check, try and get a hold of Sierra and see if she knows anything about Royston.
Sure.
Okay.
She's the
We definitely
sheriff.
have
She
her
may
number.
know some things. We definitely have her number. She likes us. We're swell guys as far as she's concerned, I think.
You can give her a call.
Updating my notes because I haven't done that in a while, apparently.
Yeah, I'll give her a call.
All right, you'll dial up Sierra while you guys are sitting in the SUV once you guys get back to the car. And Mitchell will pick up the ghoul that has been kind of handling our affairs for a while now. It's like, good evening.
Hey, Mitchell. This is Preston.
Mr. Preston, what can I do for you?
I was hoping to get in touch with your boss. I'm looking for a friend of mine, and I can't seem to find him, and I'm really getting concerned because it's not like this friend to just kind of disappear. He's kind of a out in front, out in public type of guy, and so I'm just concerned.
Not a problem. I could see about arranging a meeting later on this evening.
That would be very much appreciated if you could do that. Yeah,
You understand that she's a bit busy these days, so it may be a little while.
totally understood. I get it. It's important stuff that she's got going on. So anything that she can do to kind of squeeze me in, I will be as brief and as respectful of her time as I possibly can.
Not a problem. I'll send the request up, and I will text you a time and address as soon as I'm able.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mitchell.
Have a good time, Mr. Preston.
You as well. I'll hang up.
Okay.
Mitchell is going to work on it for us. He said he'll text me when he's able to get a hold of her with a time and a place. Who knows when that'll be? Maybe tonight, maybe not. She's busy doing sheriffly things.
All right, fair enough. In the meantime, I mean, there's always Jason.
If we call Jason, well, who knows? We'll end up putting a hand in somebody else's car, and then it'll be the whole thing.
Yeah, that did cause a cascade of shit. Fun, but a cascade of shit.
Do you think he knows what? Do you think he knows anything about the Baali?
God, I hope not. Can you imagine him with some information like that? Like, I would be hard pressed to not think he would want to join. Like, that guy's got problems.
Well, remember, he didn't believe in infernalism.
Right.
You guys talked to him. He's like, that's bullshit, right? And then Preston's like, no, it's real. He's like, click. Hung up the phone.
Yeah, that's right. That triggered some kind of episode.
That fucking guy. Oh, buddy.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
no. I don't know, man. If the night gets slow, he's one way to pick it up. That's for sure. Do you know? Are there any gatherings going on right now?
Nothing official. Not like anything that's arranged. There's always the ability to go to Elysium. It's just there's nothing planned right now. No events going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing an awful lot because I've been trying to lay low. You know what I mean by lay low?
Yeah.
Nothing
Project
official.
normality.
Yeah, nothing official. Nothing official tonight. I wonder what is going on with Damien.
Well, he was woken up by Critias. We just don't know, like, haven't talked to him since. You know, I just give him a call too and just kind of see what's what.
Or swing by the Cobra Lounge.
Yeah, we can see if Baby Chorus is playing.
Maybe we should call Jason.
It's on you, buddy. Go for it.
Have I seen him around the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, he's been around Elysium, doing his usual shit. He's been talking with some new members of the family that he's had coming to town, like one new male member. You didn't get his name, and then a woman that was dark hair. She kind of stood out because she had this like really alabaster / black hair thing going on, like almost doll-like. She was hanging around him for a bit. I think you caught her name. Andrea was her name.
Andrea. All right. How are we doing, like sacrifice-wise with the well?
It's only been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks, but you guys did just do a 12-person sacrifice at the well. So it should be good for like another 2 weeks, unless you guys want to just grab something and go with it.
We do that too.
If it doesn't need to be done, we should probably wait until we have fucking.
It's a little hot around the city right now, so people going missing, even one, could perk up ears we don't want perked up.
Yep. That's for sure. That's for sure.
A lot of shit has been going down on a lot of different scales, so attention has been drawn to the second city. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
So yeah, man, like a lot of the stuff that we have right now is heavy to the point where even if Lamont were available tonight, I think we need our mentor up. We don't have a lot to go on at the moment. As far as we can't deal with Narissa, just us two. We just can't. That's an impossibility right now.
Well, do we just need? Fuck, we don't have the means to get him up. It's probably not as simple as just getting a hold of some potent blood, is it? It's probably a whole ordeal.
Well, you need to have it taken from the source, that's for sure. But you also do remember that Sierra had people brought out of Torpor too. But that was involved in Senia.
Right, and that also wasn't an unknown Baali in the city. So there's that.
Yeah, he hasn't quite been to the prince for acknowledgement, let's put it that way.
Nope, he sure has not. Now we have strong enough rapport with Sierra where we might be able to get away with it if we tell her, he's gonna bounce out, he's just somebody we know, but that doesn't mean she won't ask questions, and I just want to avoid that altogether.
And the Sombra have a pesky thing called Dominate.
Oh yeah. And Obtituration, where they can beat my ass into Torpor and then murder me. And I don't want that to happen. Right. So, and we're going to meet with her later anyways about other shit. So let's just keep that on the level for now and just not bring it up.
So what are you guys thinking? Because right now you're just kind of chilling in the SUV in the south side.
I'm going to be driving, obviously, while we have this conversation. I don't want to sit in one spot.
Yeah.
Just looking to cruise around, or?
I'm going to start heading back towards the north side, I think. If we need to turn around, we'll turn around. But we're going to be stuck in traffic a bit anyway, so I'm going to drive towards the north side.
Well, I think the oldest thing that I have on my list are the missing workers at the
American Indigenous Center.
Yeah, the AIC.
And that we never got around to that. I'm kind of curious about that. I don't know how to start looking at that other than just
call up Rosa.
Up there.
Call up Rosa, see if she's found anything. Maybe she's got a place to start, and we can just go check it out with her or for her, and maybe we can get something in return.
Now, if I remember correctly, you guys had Trina talk to Rosa about it.
I have a Lester written in my notes. Who the hell is Lester then?
Lester is the gangrel who is in that area. He kind of takes care of that building, supposedly.
Yeah, and then I asked Trina, and Trina was going to get in touch with Rosa, who was going to get in touch with Lester. And then Trina was going to get back to me, but now there is no Trina.
But she became a cultivar, and we had to kill her. So
yeah, that does kind of start a cascade of bullshit. Lester is seen around the AIC. Like, he kind of like is a caretaker. Rosa is pretty much the permission for the gangrel, so that's why it was reach out to Trina to talk to Rosa, to talk to him and be like, what the fuck's going on with your area? But you guys never heard anything back from that.
Yeah.
And then Trina lost her head. Literally.
I'm sure you could probably make a phone call and get Rosa's number. I'm sure Annabelle would have, or somebody in the Toreador clan would have something like that.
You gonna have Preston call Annabelle directly?
No. Like somebody.
Okay. I was like, whoa. Well, Royston was the one who was handing shit out.
Yeah, but we got to wait on that because we don't know where Royston's at, and we're waiting to meet with somebody to find out where we can start looking for him, potentially.
Yeah, Royston is he was the gossip guy that dealt you guys a lot of information. Then you got Brett Stryker, you've got Kathy, you've got Nero, members of Baby Chorus, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if this Lester guy is the caretaker of the place, that there's a good chance that if we just go there at this time of night, we'll run into him if he's around.
Maybe we could drive up there.
You guys certainly could.
Yeah, I'll start making my way that way. Again, we're in traffic. It'll be a little bit.
Yeah, because you guys are going back towards like the loop essentially. Well, more towards the parks, but you sort of make your way up there. It takes about another hour, so you get there probably around 10 o'clock. But you guys get to the AIC. It's this building that is kind of tucked in across from the parks. So you are looking at pretty much right along the street that faces the Art Institute. So it's not that far from Elysium, which is the creepy part.
Right, it was down the street if I remember correctly.
Yep, it is down the street.
And it's not far from oh no, that's not. I was thinking of something different. Never mind.
You get to the AIC, and literally it's right across the street from the North Garden. It's between Monroe and Adams Street. And it looks like the way this is set up, there's not anybody inside. It looks pretty quiet. Now, there is an alleyway that runs behind this as well, because you've got the Art Institute, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago here, the McLean Center, the AIC, and then like the next building over has like a Chick-fil-A, and then the one up next to that has like an exhibit space in the Monroe building. So it's kind of like a really crunched together set of buildings here with an alleyway that goes behind them all.
My plan is to basically, for now until Preston, gets a stroke of genius on what he wants to do, literally drive around the area, even through the alley if need be, to see what's going on.
The AIC building has like this stone front and like two sets of doors, one with like a revolving door that you guys kind of like look through and down. There's not a lot going on in there. You guys drive around the back and you go through the alleyway, and you'll see on this like turned over 5-gallon like paint bucket that's been emptied out, there's this guy wearing blue jeans, and he's wearing like this leather jacket, long straight black hair, and he's just got his hand in his face in his hand. He's just doing one of these, just shaking slowly as you guys drive through. And as your lights sweep over him, he kind of looks up briefly at your vehicle. And you've seen this guy at Elysium before. Definitely around the Gangrel.
All right. I'll tell Jeff to stop and pull off somewhere or park somewhere.
As you ask, Sullivan to kind of pull off to the side, he'll park the vehicle here on just the side of the alleyway, leaving just enough for like another car to come through. And this guy will kind of stand up. He'll push back the little paint bucket with one leg, and you can see it. He pumps it up back against the back door of the AIC. And he's just looking over your vehicle. He can't see you guys because the lights are on, and that kind of makes him blind from the front. Mm-hmm. But he's definitely looking directly at your way.
All right. I'll get out of the car, and I'll start heading over.
As you hop out, Sullivan will kind of turn off the lights and just keep the car idling. What do you want?
Yeah. You Lester?
Yes.
My name's Preston. I've seen you around. Don't know if you've seen me or any of my friends around.
I've seen you.
Okay. Cool. Then you know who I am. Yeah, right. When we pull up, you look kind of upset about something.
We all get upset about things that we have to do, don't we?
Oh, all the time. Well, maybe we can help each other. I'm not sure what you're upset about. I'm a little upset. My friend's a little upset because from what we understand, there's some missing workers in this area that work here, and we're trying to help find out what's going on. So we thought maybe you could tell us what you know. Maybe we could help with that, or maybe we can help with whatever you're upset about. We can come to some kind of an agreement.
Well, I know what killed those people. I know what killed those men.
Oh.
I just can't do anything about it.
What killed them?
You see him kind of look up at you, and for a moment, he's got this really weary just look on his face. It's as if, as he's looking at you normally, he's got this very like tan complexion. Obviously, he's Native American, and he seems calm. But when he looks at you for this moment, he just seems weary. Like all the wrinkles on his face just get accentuated. Like he's just burdened with some sort of baggage that he's starting to really fully feel. But after that moment, he kind of puts his guard back up and he just shakes his head. I can't really talk about it, but if you want to help me stop it, I can point you in the direction.
All right.
I can't lift a finger against them for reasons that I can't discuss.
All right. Well, we got to start somewhere, and I'm certainly willing to start small. So you said you can point us in the direction of where to start looking into it. I'm happy to take that information and see what we can do.
I will tell you, Outside's the only place we can talk freely. Once we're inside, she hears everything.
All right. Who is she? Do I know her?
I don't know, do you?
What's her name?
Dark eyes, dark hair, feels old.
That could be a few people. Does she have a name?
I can't speak it, but she enjoys the lake.
I think I know who you're. I think I know who you're talking about now.
Then I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. We've had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting her acquaintance.
She has forced me to do things that I am unable to continue, but I have no choice.
So you're compelled to obey just under threat, or you don't really have a choice at all?
I can't speak of that.
Can't speak of it. Okay. And she's inside.
No, she just hears everything that happens inside when you get close to them.
Okay. All right. This place where you said we can go looking, it wouldn't happen to be the yacht club, would it?
He just
Okay,
shakes his
good.
head.
So then where would it be?
He just kind of jerks a thumb back towards the back door of the AIC.
Okay. It's unlocked.
Just nods.
I get the impression you're going to wait out here.
I can go with you, but I can't raise a finger.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to go in there and get killed or anything, am I?
I don't know. For now, they only eat the living.
Okay, that's comforting. Jeff, did you stay in the car or did you get out of the car?
Nope, I'm still in the car, buddy.
He's in the car.
That's
but
why
he's
I'm not
making
talking and I'm just making facial
He's
expressions.
making
like,
some
what the
fucking
fuck, bro?
faces.
Well, I'm ready to go inside. I'm just gonna let my friend know what's going on,
Of course.
and then I'll head back over to the vehicle.
You'll see him turn around and he'll go towards a dumpster that's right there by the back door. It looks like he lifts, the covering, and you'll hear him kind of rummage around inside for a moment.
So I'll open the passenger side, and I'll talk into the vehicle so that it's not. I'm trying to be out of earshot of this dude as much as possible.
You're not projecting.
Right.
Using your inside voice.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so this just got weird.
How so? Well, I mean, we are in Chicago. Can you specify?
So he is under the control by and I'm now worried about saying her name because he's worried about saying her name. And so I'm not going to say her name, but you know who I'm talking about. The evil bitch. Like our main nemesis here.
Oh, yes, I do know who you're talking about.
Yacht Club, Lake Michigan. Yeah, so he is under
What is her tie to him?
I don't fucking know. But he is apparently she's making him do things that he doesn't want to do, but he doesn't have a choice, and he can't talk about the circumstances. And he also said that it's relatively safe to talk outside, but not inside because she hears, and that if we're too close to them, that she will hear through them. He can't talk about what they are. So that's what happened to the workers. There's some inside, and he said I can go take a look to see what they are. Apparently they, for right now anyways, only eat the living. So I think I'm relatively safe from being eaten by these things. So this is where, like,
hold on. Whoa. Let's pump the brakes, big guy.
Yeah.
They only eat the living. What the fuck is in there that only eats the living?
They are in there. They are in there. So here's the thing. I know. So like, if Lamont were here, he would say like, there's no way in hell that anybody's going inside this building.
Right, but I'm here, and I'm going with you. So like,
okay,
I'll turn the car off.
Here. I don't know if you wanted to go in or if you wanted to stay out here. Like,
well, I'm not letting you go in alone.
Well, because here's the thing: if I go in there and I'm not back in like 10 minutes, you got to live to tell the tale. If we both go in and something happens, nobody ever knows. Nobody knows.
Hey, no, I'm good. I got this covered. I'm gonna pull out my phone and I'm gonna send Lamont a text. I'm just gonna be. We are here. If we do not return tonight, something bad happened right here.
Oh, he's gonna be so pissed. Okay.
He decided to do some tattoos tonight, so it's his fucking bad.
All right. All right. Well, let's go.
I mean, he's
ask
got
him.
to
Let's
keep
go
he's
in.
got to keep them he's got to keep the mask up. So I mean, I understand, but he can't expect us to do what he would do when he's not here.
Famous last words.
Right.
All right, that was a fun little point to end on. Famous last words indeed. We will see how this little exploratory session goes with Preston and Sullivan. They have a tendency to get into weird situations, but I'm pretty sure that neither of them is expecting what they're about to find. So we'll see you guys next episode.